Hello everyone, I am Bina Kapadia, working as the assistant professor at Vidyalankar School of Information Technology. Also, I am a research scholar from Career Point University, Kota. My project guide is Dr. Amita Jain, who is working as the assistant professor at Vidyalankar School of Information Technology. My WICT 2020 paper ID is 30 and the title is Analysis of Papers Based on Sentiment Analysis Applications on E-commerce Data. Let me give a brief introduction first about my presentation. As everyone knows, artificial intelligence teaches systems to do intelligent things. Machine learning, which is the subfield of artificial intelligence, teaches systems to do intelligent things that can learn from experience. Natural language processing, which is the subfield of machine learning, teaches systems to be intelligent, learn from experience, and understand the human language. NLP is a branch of AI that deals with the interaction between computer and humans using natural language. The objective of NLP is to read, decipher, understand and make sense. The more data you collect, the more you can collect your algorithm's mistakes and reinforce its correct answers. Sentimental analysis has become most important application of natural language processing. It is the process of examining a piece of text for opinion and feelings. There are various levels of sentiment analysis, mainly document level, sentence level, and aspect level. The document level sentiment analysis considers the whole document a basic information unit. It aims to classify an opinion whether the document is expressing a positive or negative opinion. The next is sentence level sentiment analysis, which aims to classify sentiment expressed in each sentence. The first step is to identify whether the sentence is subjective or objective. If the sentence is subjective, sentence level sentiment analysis will determine whether the sentence expresses positive or negative opinion. The last one is aspect level sentiment analysis, classifying text as document level or sentence level does not provide any necessary details, then to obtain these details we need to go to the aspect level. Aspect level SA aims to classify sentiment with respect to specific aspect of entities. This analysis covers the most famous sentiment analysis techniques and its applications in the specific domain of e-commerce. This analysis uniquely gives a refined categorization of various sentiment analysis techniques for the purpose of finding insights of e-commerce data only and not any other of the purpose or review. Now, there can be various types of sentiment analysis applications, maybe in the area of hotel management or maybe movie review or maybe song review or any other sort of reviews. Here, our research objective is to complete literature survey given in the tabular form. Based on that, a researcher can decide where to start a research work from. We have taken total 26 papers, and from that we have categorized the important data in a tabular form, so that researcher can simply check that table and can make out that what is there in all these 26 papers. To provide overall analysis of the work done in the area of sentiment analysis on e-commerce data in the tabular format. to suggest further improvement by analyzing accuracy of each algorithm with given set of data. To provide the idea to researchers about the ratio of training and testing data sets. The authors have given almost all information from 26 papers to get the overall idea briefly to start the research work ahead. So the table which we are talking about, that is consist of actually uh, these many columns, almost 8 columns. The first column indicates that reference number, that is as per the reference at the end whatever we have given the reference paper number, and then which year reference paper it is. Mainly we have considered from 2014 to 20, and hardly one or two papers below 2040. What category of data? Mainly it is maybe laptop data or mobile data or any other resource. So from where which item data it is, and which item data it is, and also where it is collected from, and then any data extraction tool or pre-processing technique applied before applying the final algorithm or not. Then after that, ratio of testing and training data we have considered. So in whatever paper the ratio is given, we have provided that. And then which main algorithm is used to develop a model, and with this algorithm how much accuracy they could get, and what improvement the researcher has suggested. So here just to mention a few, we have just shown two papers over here, but in research paper we have provided complete 26 research papers. So all that we couldn't actually visualize it, but then we have taken the which algorithms the authors have used and the accuracy achieved by each algorithm. All other details we have not considered in that particular visualization. So as we can see, the majority of algorithms are getting 85% or more. Many algorithms are there up to more than 85% accuracy. So it is difficult to find out which algorithm provides the best result. Moreover, the result may change if the data set is changed, and many other points also required to be considered. Now, as per the table 3, I mean, you can see that only 9 papers we have kept ultimately over here, because from the previous slide we can make out that not able to find out the particular particular uh, algorithm, that which is the best one. So what we have done actually, we have again referred to all the papers, and then there are some papers in which exact accuracy is not mentioned, but just conveyed that the algorithm, one algorithm is better than the other algorithm. The data of table 3 defined using again the data of table 1 only, we can make out that some references have calculated accuracy using offline data, and it is not mentioned that data where all structured data, unstructured data, or from where it is being taken, or maybe it is semi-structured data, and further the negative statements are considered or just the negative words are considered, because there is a difference between negative statement and negative word. Further, uh, we have checked that only adjective or adverb words are considered and not the noun, or everything is considered. So after filtering all the references having incomplete data or having any sort of doubts in the data, only 9 papers we could get for final analysis. So table 2 shows here this I mean table 3 shows that The support vector machine till now in the research in this area, the support vector machine is used most frequently for sentiment analysis on product or e-commerce reviews. Also support vector machine, this one k nearest neighbor, then support vector machine and naive Bayes algorithm, these three are having the highest accuracy. So now we can at least come to certain conclusion that these three algorithm gives the better accuracy compared to others. And if you want to work further in this area, then data can be collected from amazon.com, reviewcenter.com, flipkart.com, Facebook, Twitter, Kaggle, GitHub, many other sites. And data will be collected from small NGO products and small startups to will be possible. Now, sentiment analysis steps. What procedure can be followed for sentiment analysis? So, first is and the foremost is to collect the data. Then, pre-processing technique. Pre-processing data is very much useful because, that part of speech and all we need to apply, and the words like say this, that, is, which are not giving any sentiment to the sentence, so that has to be eliminated with various techniques. So like bag of words or any other technique, so that can be processed. Then feature selection is very important. Like if you take so many features, it may not generate a good result. So need not to take all the features, but you will have to use a feature transformation and feature construction and transformation technique, or you can combine two techniques and come up with a new technique for the feature selection. Then sentiment word identification, like out of all the document, which is the word which specifies the sentiment, so that identification is very much important. And then from that word we can come up to the polarity, that whether is positive or negative. Ultimately you classify that whether the given product for which you are doing sentiment analysis has positive review or negative review. So after classification you can analyze them and then determine the sentiments. So, the conclusion is what algorithms for sentiment analysis can be used is the various algorithms, but before that, feature selection plays an important role in achieving correct result. Unigram and bigram can be extracted from the text, and composite features can be created using them. From the study of 26 papers, it has been concluded that the best algorithms to work with are a k nearest neighbor, naive Bayes classification, and support vector machine. Also, at least four part of speech will be considered while developing algorithm, so that all varieties of sentiments can be identified with as less errors as possible. So these are the references we have used. Thank you very much for patiently listening this presentation. Thank you all.